Thank you and welcome on our today's program on Travel Tuesday. I'll be your host, Joki Murage, and on the studio we have a guest who will get to know more and who will educate us about Travel Tuesday. Welcome on our today's program.
Thank you very much.
Kindly inform the viewers where we are and where we are going, who you are, so that we can begin our episode for today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me in studio today.
You're most welcome.
I'm very delighted. It's a moment that I feel that everything that I've really been working towards is finally coming to a realization. So my name is Kinana Munene. For those English friends, they call me Hezron, because we have some friends in Europe who don't know what is Kinana. When you tell them my name is Kinana and he's European, they always ask, Kinana, what is Kinana? Yeah, so for my European friends, you can call me Hezron. I know that's a name you can resonate with. But locally, Kinana Munene by name, and I am a travel consultant by profession. And it's my passion to discover new destinations every day. It is my hobby to travel around the world and get to know different cultures, get to experience different activities, get to meet new people. In fact, the beauty about travel is the part that you come and meet new cultures. You interact with new cultures, you interact with new food. You know, I love eating. Food is one of my main agendas of traveling. So when you interact with new food, then that travel experience becomes the best. So basically, Travel Tuesdays is a blog. It started as a blog whereby I used to write about places. When I visit a place, I go back. You know, when I go back a little bit before I started the blog, I studied tourism management.
Let me cut you short before
please.
we continue.
Yes, please.
Where can those who are watching us get to see the video or the previous one we had? Where can they get to see it?
Yes, we
Maybe
have
our platforms.
We have our content on YouTube, also on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of them, all the social media handles. You can search for Kinana Munene, and also for TikTok, you can look at Mtalii Nyumbani. That's where you will find most of the destinations that we have done the reviews in every Tuesday. Yeah, so as I was saying, this idea was born like 2 years ago or 3, and it started during that COVID period when now most of the travel was frozen. Like nobody would travel from, it was restricted. You cannot travel from one place to another. So I remember back in college, when we go for an academic tour, our teacher used to tell us to write a report
about the tour.
So I think that's where I became fond of writing after visiting a place. So even after the school, even after I finished college, I found myself, when I visit a place, I go and sit down on my computer and I write about what I experienced that day. So during the COVID period, there was this program by Ajira that used to teach people how to do content writing, online writing, etc. So I attended such one training with at the Kirinyaga CDF, and I was equipped with the skills of now writing a real blog. So I started blogging. I started now converting all those articles that I had written about the previous destinations I had visited, and then now I started putting them into a professional blog. So I realized that the moment I share that one, it really got the attention of many people, including those who initially didn't talk to me well. And you know, when you try to sell something to those to your friends, maybe on your phone book, you try telling them, oh, we have a trip to Diani this weekend, can you join us? We are only charging 5,000 per night. And those people ignore you. But when I started writing blogs and sending it to them, you know, it provides a virtual experience of a destination.
Yeah.
It enables you to know or have some details about somewhere even before you go to that place. So I realized when I'm sending those blogs to people, they appreciate even more than when I'm sending them an offer to actually go to that place. So the first blog I remember I sent to even my friends in Kampala, Kubwa 5 Safaris.
But before then, can we get to know how you became a traveler, a person who likes traveling,
Yeah.
or till you become a blogger and a writer?
Yeah.
What was the journey and where did it begin? What inspired this story?
Well, when I was young, when I was a very young boy, I remember I used to go and visit, I used to frequent my grandmother's place. Because my home and where my grandmother used to live was not very far away. It was just a distance where I used actually to run after school. So it happened that I used to go and get milk there.
And eat mangoes.
And eat mangoes in the evening, and bananas and avocados and all these nice things that are found in shacks. So when I used to go there, sometimes I would find the grandmother has not yet milked. So I didn't used to know how to milk because I was still a very young boy. I was even below 10 years or even below 8 years. So before my grandmother finished milking, I used to sit with my grandfather and he would give me stories of how things were during the pre-colonial period. My grandfather was a teacher and one of the founders of the scouting movement in our county. So his name was Mr. Wilfred Whiter, and he used to really inspire me very much because, you know, scouting is more of tourism. Because, you know, a scout must learn how to pitch a tent somewhere in the bush. Yeah. So even a tourist, you have to know those skills. Yeah. You have to know that when you are in the park and you are sleeping inside a tent, you need to have a bonfire. Not for the picture, not for show off, yeah, but to scare away the animals that will come there. So such things I learned from my grandfather. He used to give me stories about now how people used to live well with the wild animals. Yeah, he used to give me stories of how people used to interrelate well with the wild animals initially, before even the national parks were fenced. You know, right now every national park is fenced with electric wires.
Yeah, so apart from those days we had that the hyenas in Nairobi.
Those hyenas, they just sneak from the park. But those days people used to live with hyenas. They used to live with leopards within the village. Yeah. So in the village, you will go, and as you go to maneuver to the river, you find a leopard there. Yeah. So I remember when the milk is ready, there was one neighbor who I used to be sent to go and take milk to. So my grandfather used to warn me and tell me, once you are going to take milk there, ensure that if you find the big cat sleeping on the road with its tail crossing the road, just jump the tail, carefully avoid the tail, avoid stepping on the tail or even playing or even touching with that tail. So I asked myself now, how comes this is a cat that my grandfather is telling me to avoid touching its tail? And I know back at home we have a cat, which I usually even play with it. I can even hold it here like a baby and touch its fur like this, yeah. And even its tail, sometimes I even used to, you know,
tie a knot.
You tie. I used to tie what we call a polythene bag on our cat, on Saturdays when we are not in school. So I tie a polythene bag on the tail, yeah. So when I release the cat, it takes off with a very high speed, and then it increases the speed as the paper is being blown by the wind, yeah. So I think it thinks that there is something very big
Running after.
following it. Yeah, so it runs, and then I'm like, I celebrate. So I was asking myself, if I usually play with my cat at home, why is this cat? But you know, when somebody who is the age of my grandfather tells you something, then it has to be serious. It's up to you to take it seriously. So if you think it is a joke, then the consequences you have to face by yourself. If you ignore that.
Very true.
So I decided now I have to find out more about this cat. So my passion grew by day to find out now what is the difference between this cat and the other cats that we usually have at home. So I realized there is something we call the big five. The big five are the big cats we have. Okay, most of the big five members are are members of the big five that we have in Kenya. The lion, the leopard. Elephant also is in the big five. We also have the rhino, and finally, which is the last one, we have the lion, elephant, leopard, what else?
You back to class.
Back to class, me. Yeah, we also have the
buffalo.
The buffalo, yeah, the Cape buffalo is also among the big five. And then finally, last but not least, the leopard. So I realized that cat that my grandfather used to talk about that time is actually the leopard. So back in those days, they used to live with leopards inside the village. The same way we are living with dogs, stray dogs, all over the village. Those times, the stray dogs used to be leopards. And there was no many cases of human-wildlife conflicts. They didn't used to conflict a lot.
Everyone knew
they knew their boundaries. They knew their area of speciality. They knew the lines that they couldn't cross. Like now my grandfather telling me, you are not supposed to touch that tail. It is because they knew the behavior of that particular animal and how it used to attract its prey. So the way it used the tail across the road is to attract prey, so that anything that is passing, it used to know that is a road, and there is a lot of prey that passes through that particular road. So the moment it sits with the head facing the other side of the fence, of the bush, and then the tail is on the road, then that tells you that it is waiting for that prey to come and just maybe hold the tail or try to arouse its feeding instincts. So I went to school and learned one or two things about leopards. I differentiated. Can you differentiate a leopard and a cheetah?
I think it's those, what are they
The
called?
spots. No, they are not the difference. One, a leopard is the only animal, or it is the only cat that is known to drag its prey up the tree. So if you see a big cat on the tree, it must be a leopard. Yeah. So that's not a cheetah. So the other difference is that a cheetah is the fastest animal in the world, which a leopard is not. So the cheetah has longer legs compared to the leopard, so that it can boost the speed. And also another differentiation is the teardrops. There is some teardrop marks on the cheetah, but not the leopard.
So which one is in the big five? The leopard?
The leopard is in the big five.
Okay.
Yeah, the leopard is in the big five.
Oh.
Yeah. So these animals, the interest now came from there, because you see, it's interesting to learn these animals. Yeah, it's very interesting because like now you can know that, oh, so that one on top of a tree is a leopard, but the one that is running very fast
is a cheetah.
So you see, the interest began there, and I got interested in learning about animals. I've gone to Masai Mara to do studies about animals. I've gone to the Tsavo. In fact, in Tsavo we have red elephants. An elephant that looks like your blazer.
Red?
Yeah. And it is the only place you can find a red elephant.
You should travel.
In the world. Yeah.
In no places.
In the whole world. Only in Tsavo National Park you will find a red elephant.
And it is not a crossbreed
No.
something?
It is an elephant. Njogu. Yeah, it is an elephant, but red in color. Yeah. So when you go there, find out from the rangers why is it red and the others are black or brown or whatever the color. Yeah. So you can find out at Savo East when you go and visit there. I also realized there is also a lot of unique things. Like in Meru National Park, there is a rat that is called naked mole rat. Yeah. Naked mole rat. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's exactly what you are
It
thinking.
must be naked.
It's exactly what you are thinking. It's usually naked. You know, a rat is usually like brownish or
And
grayish.
it has fur.
And it has
Very
fur.
smooth.
Yeah. Now that particular mole, that particular rat in Meru National Park is usually, you see the skin, like if you get wounded here, that whitish skin that is below
The skin.
the skin.
Endometrium, whatever it was being called.
Yeah, please, our English people, teachers, you can tell us, or biology teachers, you can tell us on the comment section what is that name, the correct word to use for that skin that is below this normal skin, which is usually whitish in color. That mole rat looks exactly like that, white. So that's why it's called naked. And it's only found at Meru National Park. Nowhere else in the world. Nowhere else in the world. Meru National Park.
That means Kenya, we are blessed.
A lot of blessings. As I finish, we have the lovebirds in Malindi. The lovebirds. Yeah. People have heard about lovebirds and they have probably used that word
And misused
and
it.
misused it. You know, those two, they are lovebirds. Yeah. And they are just people who are coming,
Just walking
just
from
walking
nowhere.
from nowhere, yeah, or from even a coffee date. But they are not lovebirds. Lovebirds come from Europe, all the way. They fly all the way from Europe to Malindi. Not actually Malindi, but somewhere we call Mida Creek. Yeah, Mida Creek is in Kilifi County. Yeah?
That's in Mombasa also.
Yeah, that is in Mombasa. So these birds, they fly all the way. They come and breed in that Mida Creek, and then
They go back.
they go back. They leave their eggs to hatch there. So the baby birds, because they have been hatched in a very nice ecosystem, they feed on those seafood, those crabs there, the small tiny worms inside the ocean, because it's a creek. When I say Mida Creek, it's a creek. A creek means it's not inside the ocean, but it's an arm of the ocean, a branch of the ocean that mostly is covered by mangrove forests. So one of the characteristics of a creek is that you find mangroves, a lot of mangrove forest there. So it makes it a very perfect place for these birds to breed. So once they lay their eggs, they leave them to hatch by themselves, because they don't incubate. Yeah, they leave them to hatch by themselves, and then they fly back to Europe. And of course, it's seasonal. It happens once a year. It's seasonal. It happens once a year. So once they go back to Europe, the lovebirds, and they are very beautiful. In fact, if you look at them, you can Google lovebird and look at how they look. They are very beautiful. And now the most beautiful one in birds family is the male. Yeah, that's another fact. You know, Travel Tuesdays is about learning. So even let's give an example of chicken. Who is more smarter? Who is more attractive? Is it the one who lays the eggs, or is it the one who comes to run after the one who?
The one who runs after the person who lays the eggs.
That gives you a very clear picture of how the birds are. Once you spot a very beautiful bird, it must be a male. Can I give you another lead? The peacock.
Yeah, that
Is a peacock a male or a female?
The male is beautiful.
Yeah, the peacock. In fact, a female one of a peacock is called a peahen.
Peahen.
Yeah, a female one. Yeah. So in Malindi, those lovebirds, after they breed, they go and join their parents by themselves. They use what we call instincts.
And how do they know they are supposed to go back to Europe?
Instincts.
They can't stay in Kenya.
No, the climate here is not suitable for them. They actually only come here to breed. Only that. And this gives you a clue of why also our European brothers and sisters come to Kenya.
Don't you think that is not fair? They should be staying at their place, breed there, and just stay there.
Well, we say that God created places with unique things. Every place is unique in itself. So Europe apparently is a very cold
place.
Yeah. So even these Europeans, when they come to the beach, most of the time you will find them sleeping on the beach or lying on the beach
with their bath suit.
Yeah, with their bath suit. Why? They want each and every part of the body to get some heat.
Including those.
Yeah, including those parts that are not naturally hot. Yeah, you know there are some parts that should be naturally hot.
Without anything,
Yeah,
any heat.
without any heat. So they lay there to just get heat on their bodies. Yeah, and they mostly travel. If you want to know the seasons of our country, the high seasons of tourism is when Europe is cold.
When we have some.
So when it is cold in Europe, then in Kenya we have many tourists. We have summer, and many tourists will come to follow the sun. So I learned so many things. I learned a lot, and I decided now this knowledge that I have to now look for a way to share it with my immediate family, with my immediate friends, with my immediate followers on Facebook and on TikTok and on Twitter. So I found the best way now, after studying in Nigeria, the best way now is to write documents, write blogs, write articles. In fact, my dad also used to write articles in the newspapers. So I think I also got some blessings.
You inherited.
I inherited some blessings from him in that aspect of writing, because he also wrote very many articles for even the national newspapers, yeah, and even featured a whole page, yeah. And I also think Travel Tuesdays will one day be featured in the business dailies and also international magazines.
Amen to that.
So and to just briefly describe now Travel Tuesdays, we now came up with a strategy whereby those people who cannot read English, you know, there are also people in Tanzania.
Yeah.
My Tanzania followers.
You just know Kiswahili.
Yeah, I also remember you. Na wakumbuka sana ndugu zangu, kaka zangu pale. Ndugu zanguni pale Zanzibar, Bongo, Tanzania, Arusha, Moshi, Kilimanjaro, all those places. These guys now, we try now to also make them understand what we are doing. So we also do videos in Swahili and in local language like Kikuyu. Yeah. So basically, Travel Tuesdays is about exploring our country and beyond, and also providing a virtual experience of destinations, so that it can nudge the viewer or the reader towards visiting that place, or give them an overview of a place that maybe, for example, if you want to go to propose, if you want to go on a date to be
to be proposed
to, yeah, for instance, you want to go on a date to be proposed to, you can tell this person, now, if you want to win my heart, take me to see the lovebirds.
Wow, that means you are supposed to go to Europe.
Well, for a person like me who has the information, I'll take you to Mida Creek during the breeding period, and I tell you this is a lovebird, and you tell me no, it has to be in Europe. I tell you now, take a picture of it, search it on Google Lens, and it will tell you that is the same lovebird. Now, you know, Mida Creek is actually considered as a what do we call this? As a kamote. It's called what in
Uchawi? Witchcraft?
No, there is a name that we call a love potion.
Oh.
You know love potion? That place is
the thing you give someone and then they fall.
They fall completely. Yeah. They fall completely and they become blind and they lose sight
and that's
of wherever
why
they
the
were
serum
going.
is bright.
Yeah, yeah. And they lose completely the sight. Now, Mida Creek is considered as a love potion. A natural love potion. That you don't have to go to a person who is painted with white hair and funnily dressed in funny
red clothes.
Not necessarily. If you just go to Mida Creek, then that's a natural love potion, a very natural one, God given love potion. Because one thing, the experience in the creeks there, in Mida Creek we have a board, a swinging board that definitely tests that if you love this person or if they don't love you back. Because when it's swinging like this, then the one of the partners is a bit weak, then the other one needs to
hold.
Yeah, and also encourage. And then it's very long. It's more than 3 meters long. Yeah. So by the time you finish that together, and then you go to the other side now to see where those lovebirds breed.
Is it natural or man-made?
The swinging bridge is man-made, and of course it's actually built beneath the mangroves. So as you pass, everything that is down there is the ocean, and here is along the way is the mangrove forest. Do you know mangrove forest? Their characteristics. First of all, they breathe using the roots. Normal plants breathe using the leaves. So mangroves, they breathe using the roots. So you find those roots of the mangroves shooting out. The roots don't go downwards. They shoot upwards. Because first of all, this tree is growing where the ocean always visits. You know, a creek is a place where the ocean visits. It only comes to visit.
Once.
Yeah, it comes to visit and then it goes. During low tide, the creek does not have a lot of water. But during high tide, the creek has a lot of water.
In the evening?
Yeah. Okay, the tide can be any time.
Okay.
So actually, I encourage my followers, when you are going to a place where there is a beach, maybe it's good to check on your tides. Yeah. The same way we check for weather forecast when we are here in the highlands, to know when to plant, when to do what. We check on the weather forecast. The weatherman is saying the rains are coming in June,
July.
Yeah. So when you are at the coast, you look at the weatherman so that he can tell you when is the next tide. Because now it's also advisable to check on tides, because when you go swimming during high tide, chances are you will drown.
True.
During high tide, because there is even a tide that goes to 6 meters high. So 6 meters high is a very high tide. It's very high. It can wash.
Normal human
it
height.
can wash everything that is on its way. So you find that now that creek, when you go there, you walk with, it's like an aisle. Before you go to that end and then she has to say I do, then that person is not a normal human being. Maybe you brought a mermaid.
Women. They are women.
Maybe you came with a mermaid for a date. Yeah?
For a proposal.
For a proposal, yeah. But that experience is actually you have to bring out the gentleman in you, and she has to bring out the woman in her during that experience.
That thing of
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So it's a natural love potion.
Okay.
It's a natural love potion. I don't imagine that you can experience such kind of a thing with somebody's son, and then you tell him no, I don't.
Or dump him later.
Or even eat fair the next time he tells you to come. I don't think you'll do that. Yeah.
So good, I did not hear that.
So you can see that now these destinations, they are good and they are available to our disposal.
But there is that group of people, that group, I'm not in that group, that say that traveling is so expensive. So they don't like spending on the travelcation, whatever vacation. So they just stay at Boshoine, place where they were born. What would you tell them?
Well, it is so unfortunate that we still have such kind of people. You know, there is a popular saying that goes that if you have not explored somewhere else, you'll only think that your mother's food
is the best.
Yeah. So I used to remember when we were in high school, we used to chongoana and enjoy each other. That now the farthest place you have been to,
Is your shopping
is
center?
your shopping center. We used to call them brotis. Yeah. So now, that's a very old way of thinking and doing things. So those people, I would just have one small insight to them. Compare yourself to this white man who comes all the way from Europe. Not even that man, even the lovebird. Who comes all the way from,
And it is a bird.
and it is a bird who jengas without mikono, who builds without arms, a bird. So, and you are a human being, you have hands, you work very hard in the geshagi, you
have
pluck
brain.
coffee, you pluck tea, you sell dokoma, you do everything that you do for a living, which is good. But now you forget about one thing, the importance of exposing yourself to some other things. Like now the lovebird will travel just to go and breed. So it means that even when you are created, there is some things that you have to go and find somewhere else that are not within where you are. Probably it's some experience.
Some love.
Yeah, of course. Maybe it's medical attention. There are people who travel from here to India to go
for
and
treatment,
get treatment. So as early as now, before you just travel away from your rural home, before you travel for a reason of sickness, when you have that energy, it's good to travel for find a reason to travel. Maybe tell Be your birthday is coming, let me surprise you with something. Let's go somewhere and you enjoy somewhere you have never seen before. These lyrics I usually listen to Nashinsky, and they say, I'll take you places
You have never been.
you have never been before. Use these things. Don't
Maybe
just
they are in fantasy.
it's not a fantasy, it's a
Imaginary
reality.
places.
These things, they happen, and you can, like that Mida Creek, I can assure all our viewers, when you inbox me and tell me you want to go to Mida Creek, I'll definitely take you there and you'll see those lovebirds. And you can actually enjoy that moment and remember it. Like me, I went there just once, and up to date, if I find another chance to take a person who I care about, maybe a fiance, also know who you are taking where,
And when.
and why, Also ask yourself those questions, and
Someone
also
might go there and burn photo.
you can go in there and chom, you can go there
Burn
and
photo
burn
and then you are left alone.
So you should actually I'm addressing this issue very seriously. Those people who have not traveled, please, this year it's still new. You have not yet gone to the half of the year or even quarter. Come up with a plan. Say, I want to go in August to Malindi. I want to go in December to Lamu. I want to go in January next year to Masai Mara. Come up with a plan. Save towards it. You see these white people who come here, some of them are Uber drivers. Some of them are bus drivers back at home. But they save for this experience. Why do they do this? Because one thing, if you stay at one place, you will always think that you are the richest. You will always think that you are the best. You will always think, or the other way around also, you may also think that you are the poorest.
Or the foolish one.
You may also think you are the most foolishest. But it is only because you are only staying in one place. But if you go and explore other places, you will find people who you don't even know what is a dress to wear. And they live like that.
And they are just okay.
And they are just okay with it. Now you have some nice motuba shirts, and you are still thinking that you are the poorest in your regime. So traveling enlightens people. Traveling nourishes your mind. You don't come back from a tour being as depressed as you went. You don't come back from a tour or a vacation as tired as you went. Like when you go out of your normal routine, definitely what comes up is you definitely experience more things that enlighten you. Probably you thought that driving a car is the biggest achievement. Then you go to Mombasa.
And there is always a good thing when you pat your back
Yeah, exactly.
and tell yourself
Yeah,
you can do this.
I can do this. I'm the best. I have seen it all. Like you go to Mombasa and find my friend Sultan riding on his jet ski, like very gladly, doing skids in the ocean. Yeah, and you find, oh, so my kadudu is not the end of
Life.
you see. So and you get motivated to even work harder. Yeah. So traveling is one way of avoiding depression. Traveling is one way of enlightening yourself, and also traveling is also one way of making your health more and building your wealth and health. Yeah, because when you travel, for example, you eat food that has nutrients.
Yes.
Yeah, like supplements, like omega-3 is found in seafood. You cannot find seafood in coffee farm.
Oh, Mungedo, your place.
Or in Mungedo at your, you have to travel where the sea is so that you can find it fresh. Yeah, and enjoy a meal. A meal of seafood goes for 3,500
only
per plate, just one plate like this.
And only
3,500. Yeah, and very few pieces of calamari, just white meat, but very delicious and very nutritious. If you prescribe for yourself, yeah, if you prescribe,
be your own doctor.
Be your own doctor. Prescribe yourself one seafood platter every 3 months. Every 3 months, somebody deworms after 3 months.
Yeah.
So after you take those dewormers, then now go for a seafood platter, and then you will comment there at the comment section and tell me if you still need to use Viagra and other supplements
and other blue-colored pills.
and some other those blue-colored pills and those other things that you think that they are supplementing your body to do what your body should otherwise do naturally, without necessarily having the nutrients. Yeah.
The time is much gone.
Yeah.
So about your nomination.
Yeah.
It's good you enlighten the viewer.
Oh, this year there was some good news that came my way. You know, there is one Kiswahili saying that says mcheza kwao hutuzwa.
Ni kweli.
So I've blogged for 2 years and something, 2.5 years, and I've actually focused on our local destinations, even Jinekabea Falls, which is just within a short radius. Jinekabea Falls, I've blogged about that place. So I think there's somebody who spotted me and decided to award me with something. So I was apparently nominated for the Content Creators Award 2023. Yeah. So the Content Creators Award is basically an award that recognizes content creators and what they do. So for me, I do educative content. So I was nominated under the category Educative Content Award. And actually it was my birthday some few days ago.
Happy birthday. Happy belated one.
Thank you very much. So I'm turning, that's 33 years. I can just tell you guys that I'm not as young as I look.
He's not a she. He's allowed to say the number.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, and also in 33 years now, the category was below 30 and over 30. So we have some people who have been nominated who are under 30 years, under the same category. And there are some people who are nominated under the same category, but above 30 years. And it is a very competitive category because I remember when we were starting this award, the voting process, we were about 50 nominees in that educative content category, over 30. So under 30, there are also other 50. Yeah. So it is a very heated competition.
Yes.
And apparently we are done with the first phase of voting. And the good news is that I have qualified for the second round, which is the final phase. And it will be up until the 27th of March. Sorry.
Yeah, the same month we are in.
Yeah, the same month. By the end of this month, the voting lines will be closed. For now, the voting lines are open. You can just visit creatorsgala.africa and then look at the nominees The category is educational content, over 30. My name is Kinana Munene. You'll find me there wearing a green
Sport jacket.
yeah, green sport jacket. Thank you, because you voted for me. I know you've seen
Sure
that
did.
profile picture, and a black cape. And actually that picture, I took it in my village where I come from. Before I uploaded it, be fond of taking photos all over. Now my village is known all over Africa
It is famous.
because of that photo. Because I took it at the stage where the Senke guys park. Yeah. So as I was passing and listening to my music on radio, I decided, oh, the sun is nice today to me. Let me take a selfie. So I used the same selfie, yeah, to
make the profile,
for that
voting. Yes.
Yeah, for that voting. And I think most of the people who are in that same category, they went for studio photos. Yeah, majority of them you can see they are studio photos which are there, but mine is mashinani. So it means this award, I'm dedicating it to you, my followers. It is not anything that is stage managed, no,
or forged.
It is real. I want it to come back to where it is supposed to be, and it is Travel Tuesdays, the home for local travel and excursions and education. In fact, I came up with our slogan right today. Now I'm airing this exclusively. Now, Travel Tuesdays is your explorer, educative, entrepreneur. Those three things is what Travel Tuesday is: explorer, educative, entrepreneur. So let's come together. Let's vote. Let's vote kindly. I can request you, because you are not voting for me. You are voting for yourself. You are voting for this award that is designated for you, my followers. And once you vote, I know that this we actually ranked number 4 from the previous tally.
Yeah.
So I believe we only have, if we manage to outshine 50 of them, or let's call them 46, because now we are position 4. If we have managed to outshine 46 of them during the first phase of voting, so I believe 3 people cannot be a big challenge to you guys. 3 people, I know only Mosho Moja.
That's just a drop in the ocean.
That's a drop in the ocean, and I believe you guys can do this. Yeah. So I'll be just looking at the trending list, because there is a trending list that is always published on the website every day. If you want to track my winning, please visit the website, look at the trending list. If you find me on the top 3 every day, then my friends, start preparing the gold. Yeah, we have been revealed about the dress code for the gala, and I know I will invite you.
Definitely, I'll come.
You have to accompany me to that place, so that we can go and bring this award
home
to the people who deserve it. So the dress code is black and some touch of dark red and just a small touch of gold. But you can also decide not to do red and black and small gold. You can decide to do black and gold. But as long as those 3 colors
together
are present, yeah. So for me, my tailor, Bolo Bespoke, please, that order, make sure it's done before the end of the month. I know your work is good, so I don't need even to remind you. So that's all. Yeah, we also have one more category. I'm nominated for 2 categories, but I want you to emphasize on the educational one, because the other one is Eco Warrior Award, and the Eco Warrior Award, so far so good. I'm topping the list, and all glory and honor to the creator who created the leopards that made me interested in finding out why they are big. They are called cats. The one who created those leopards, all glory and honor to you. And also you, my viewers. Yeah, we are topping the Eco Warrior. Eco Warrior simply means this person is a person who is conservative of the environment. Eco Warrior simply means that you adhere to sustainable practices.
The word eco is from ecosystem.
Exactly, an ecosystem.
My English teacher did a good job.
The English teacher needs a tour to Malindi if she has somebody. But he or she, is he or she?
It was he in secondary school and a she in the primary
Yeah.
school.
So the he and she teachers, wherever you are watching from, she has a treat for you in Malindi, you and your personal person. Yeah. Courtesy of Travel Tuesdays.
Courtesy of Travel Tuesdays.
Courtesy of Travel Tuesdays. So Eco Warrior Award, that one we are leading. We are the top of the list, and I know that one we are going to get it. Mapema ndio best. Yeah?
As they say.
As they say, mapema ndio best. So now the educational content now, we still have 3 people to beat. So these 2 awards, I can tell you very well, the educational one is yours because you are the people who are being educated by the blog. Yeah. So you need to own this one. Now the one for Eco Warrior, I will own it because I'm the one who always tells people don't litter there. I'm the person who goes to the beach and clean up the beach with my friends and other people. I'm the person who mobilizes people, let's go and wash the market there. So Eco Warrior, that one could be more personal, but also it also needs votes. It is not that I will vote for myself anyway.
True.
So you can vote for both, and with more emphasis on the educative content, because that's where we're still lagging behind. And I believe that once this award comes home, you will be happy, and we will go now to the next level and explore even the East Africa community together.
So the only thing you need is your phone to vote for Kinana.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your phone, get to the website, right?
Yeah.
The website is
creatorsgala.africa.
Then
you look for the nominees, category educative content or category Eco Warrior Award, both of them over 30, and then Kinana Munene.
And you can vote as many times as possible.
Yeah, in fact, you can even vote every time, all the time. In the morning, in the afternoon, during lunch break, at night, when you daydream, in the middle of your dream, when you wake up and don't want to go back and sleep again, you take your phone, and one vote costs 11 shillings. So you need some float on your M-Pesa, so that now you are not limited with the number of votes. You can vote from as low as 100 shillings to as high as 20,000. So it all depends on the kind of support that you want to accord us.
Yeah, and making that vote will keep a step ahead to Kinana's voting.
Yeah.
And remember, mtu anaambiangwa aezi you can't be yourself without other people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So keep voting for Kinana so that we can move forward and bring the award home.
Yeah.
It will feel good to have an award in our
locality.
You know?
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah. So keep voting and make it a habit.
Yeah.
Make it a habit to vote until the 13 days are over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can give them or you can share your number in case someone didn't get the right procedure for voting, they can reach you.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or X, and also LinkedIn and other social media handles at Kinana Munene, also YouTube, at Kinana Munene. Now TikTok, Mtalii Nyumbani, that's how we connect on TikTok. And also anything that you post using the hashtag Mtalii Nyumbani, that one is directly transferred to my account. I can just read all those comments using that hashtag. And also you can call me or WhatsApp me. In fact, we have a very big family. If you want to join our travel family, it's called Travel Tuesdays, and it's a family that has really grown on WhatsApp channels, and it's called Travel Tuesdays. You can just SMS me that you want me to add you to Travel Tuesdays family on 0724 918 533. That is 0724 918 533. For those who are watching from diaspora, plus 254 918 533. I know there are people who are watching from Qatar, Dubai. You've now tours and travel in Dubai. I know you are watching this one. And there are also people who are watching from Arizona, USA, Philadelphia, all those states in the USA, Germany, my ex-girlfriend in Norway. I know you are watching this one. Like subscribe also to the channel and share the video. Invite people to subscribe to our channel, and we be sure to get more content each and every Tuesday and all the time, as soon as they emerge.
Yeah. Without further ado, I think we should wrap up the show for today.
Yeah.
Right there. I have been your host,
And Kinana Munene, mtalie nyumbani.
Thank you so much for taking your time and listening to us, and also subscribing to our channel, that is Travel Tuesday. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Adios.